We're finally here, doing the cringiest part of YouTube content creation, the voiceover. This is 2 months of black butt beams I picked up from Ross's auctions for about $140, heavily checked, quite tapered, clearly bowed. Something they missed to put in the description for some reason. Got me stumped why. Putting 4 layers of epoxy into a beam to stabilise it, just the stuff dreams are made of. To be fair, they didn't say I was riddled with fiddleback either, but, you know, that's a win for the people. Well, me. Also kind of amazing with all the blue through it. I knew this was coming up, so thinking about it for, quite some time beforehand, I purchased that stuff you cover your kids' books with. Was it like clear contact, maybe? Either way, it's too thin, gets holes in it, way too easy, so I left it out the edit. Still told you though. And look at that. Ooh, pop them bubbles. It looks great. So here we have some river gum. It's going to be used for the legs. To start with, it's actually going to build... Ooh. Wait, shop banders is going to interrupt me here. I think that's going to be a jointed at the men's shed. Where was I before I was rudely interrupted by myself? Ah, yes. I was planning on building something like this up there. But after I milled one of the slabs, Fiddleback and myself locked eyes. And it was that instance I knew she was too good to be a side table. I wanted her in my life every day, around me, above me. I wanted to lean on her. Most of all, I wanted beer to flow through her. Sorry, got a little carried away there. Gonna need a minute. You can see here I've done a bit of work to the top. Just hit it with power planer. Tried level up a bit more for the track saw, so it's a bit more 90-degree angle. This was a bit of a doozy. Ended up hand sawing the rest off camera. Once that was done, had to mill it to some close to what dimensions. Then King Skint rocked up, distracted me. I've actually been missing me 3 friends, me 3 bug disposal units. Haven't seen them in a few months. Hopefully it's just because it's been cold. Not gonna lie, this here infuriated me. Just spent for what felt like forever filling this thing to have to add more epoxy. I was not happy about this at all. Look, more blue magic. Here we go again. And then back to the legs, because a bit of this and a bit of that, it's good for the soul. Works for me in the shed anyway. Here I'm marking out where the tin sheets are going to sit. And you can see there's the mark for the bottom joinery. And then there's the marks for the top coming up as well. But I'm not happy with how any of the joinery come out. Oh, the moors and tendons come out, but the tops I'm not happy with. Should have done a bit more research. It's holding together, but should have took it up a notch, I reckon. Oh, mate. We have some amount of routing to do. Let's get into it. Heaps better than I was expecting. They come out good. 4 more variations of them. And then the stretchers. Days this is going to take. Jesus, what am I for? Can't stay inside the lines. Don't forget, right thumb on the wood, your finger points in the direction you need to go. A little bit around here, a bit around there, a bit around here, there, everywhere. Haha, yeah, clearly 4. Well, that's a job for Ron. Later on. This was a nice, stress-free, uneventful glue up, this one. Not like that wine rack falling on me head in the last video. It's a nice when they come together like this. No rush. Everyone fits snug as a bug. Just got to worry about running out of clamps. The original plan here was glue up the sides with the bottom. Then I was going to slide the roof sheets in to the channels and then glue this on top after locking them in. But the problem I found with that is that I wanted to finish, I'd have to finish the grooves, put finish on everything, then put the sheets in, then glue this on. I didn't want to do that. So I decided to glue it all up, and now we're going to cut off the channels and expose it all. Then we can push the roof sheet straight in, add screws, and go from there. Then we can build the whole thing and finish the whole thing before piss farting around with the sheets. That's where we're at. So think ahead, pre-planning more of that, please. Oh my God. Halfway through that cut, what went through my head was, I hope this is the back. Whew. Clean out this predicament I put myself in. Offset my track saw a few mil from the bottom of the recess, plunged into it, being careful not to go outside the lines like my inner 4-year-old in me wanted to do. Come back with a nice dull multi-tool to finish up the cuts in the corner. Then just give it a once over with a flush trim bit. And then there's me questionable joinery, but we won't talk about that. And here we are on the Ron job, underneath these beautiful flickering fluorescents. This side's the top. It's got the least imperfections, so we'll tape them all up. I'll probably play it safe, just tape the whole table, and we'll flip it over, fill it full of epoxy. I'd like to say I'll be taking a break from epoxy after this build. I'm so over it. So with the slab being different widths, I had to modify the C channels, cut them down to size, give them a little clean up with the file, bit of spray, stop them rusting. Then I'll drill out the hole, little pilot hole there. Then we'll drill out a bigger oversized hole, allow for the expansion and contracting of the wood. This is the first time installing C-channels. They end up setting up the router with a track slide, hitting the deep sides before freehanding out the middle shallow section. I'll give it a quick fit check before drilling out the threaded inserts. And then just like to add a bit of epoxy in here to give it a bit more hold, you know, just in case. I didn't actually end up sanding this live edge because I was really happy with how the wire brush brought it up. The only problem is it left some sharp nubs that really like to bust your ribs. So be aware of that. Pretty happy about that.